Today we're doing a 13 outlet new install. Ladies and gentlemen.
What you doing there, Mike?
First off, putting the ground up. Technically you can do whatever is quicker for you, but I seem to think putting the ground on first keeps me from forgetting it. And I'll pop the inside out here. Make sure any little thing you do, keep your trash all in one little pile. It's another easy thing to remember to pick up. Run all your wires through so. Put wires on all four corners just in case it doesn't fall off, anything like that. And then what I always do is leave about a foot out. And put ends on. Make sure all your fittings, there is a little grommet here. Once that grommet's up inside the fitting, you know your fittings got a good tight connection on it. For now, with the corner clamp safely behind the electric meter, now what you want to do, get your ground wire. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you haven't noticed, it's a whole lot easier on yourself if you carry everything back to the house instead of having to make so many trips back and forth to the truck. The less trips you make, the quicker you're going to be. Make you a little loop like so. Take it inside that screw. Flip it around. And tighten her down. Now this is actually the second best grounding procedure that Insight wants. Number one is inside this conduit right here, there's a, I don't know, 10-12 gauge ground wire, which is, I'm gonna guess to say it's at least a foot under the ground. At least that's what's code's supposed to be. But technically you're supposed to use a 10 or 12 gauge split bolt to ground onto that. But if you can't access that ground wire, then you go to the corner clamp, and then if you can't get access to the corner clamp, you go on to there's a bar that goes across, a grounding bar. And on your ground wire, if I'm not mistaken, it's every 12 inches or so per screw clamp. And it doesn't matter where inside the box you put it, just try to make every job, treat every job as if it was your own house. And what I always do is try to tuck it up underneath the vinyl line there. And then I also, little grounding tag, you can pick them up at your local hardware stores. And if you can't pick them up from there, then get with your local cable company, and they might be able to gather you up a few of them. Straight 90. And when you're drilling in the vinyl, it's very, very, very important you don't screw up, because if you go into that vinyl and not put a screw or something, you may be looking to pay for some vinyl. Alright. Now that that's peeled off, I always leave, I don't know, maybe a foot inside the box. That way the next man out has some wire to work with.
Yep.
Next, I know, jumping back and forth, but kind of do is get in your own little rhythm, and you want to kind of stay in the easement of your customer's property. You want to put it up against the base here of the fence, go under the fence, to your pedestal. Now, you never want to climb these fences. You're going to do the best you can, trying to go to the pad or the pole, because if you get hurt, it's on you, and if you damage something, it's also on you. So just look for a best route to get to the pedestal, and right through there. Looks like it. Now, a pedestal like that, you want to try to use the closest pad to your customer. Usually that depends on what side of the house the cables, electricity, phone, all that stuff's coming out of the house. Depends on which pad you use. Like a situation like this, our house is here, all of our utilities are on that side of the house, so you don't want to use this pedestal. Now if you come into this backyard here, the pedestal beyond our pedestal, you're pretty much just using common sense or your best judgment on something like that. Now some situations vary, because some pedestals are, you might have a pedestal here and a pedestal there with your utilities coming out there. In a situation like that, the best thing to do is more than likely call Insight, have them pull up a map if they can. A lot of time in new areas, they may not have a map pulled. So, like I said, there's a situation difference in every area. Now your pedestal, normally there's supposed to be a little lock here, but apparently this may have been broken. Or what you do is use your ped key, which that's another way of securing the ped. Inside here,